Practice Right. Today we're going to talk about lines and transversals. Now, after this lesson, we're going to talk about parallel lines and transversals because those kind of have a special relationship. All right, so after watching this lesson, your goal is to be able to identify the following angle pairs: alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, consecutive interior angles, which are also called same side interior angles, and corresponding angles. All right, so if we take a look at this diagram here, this is actually two parallel lines that have been cut by a transversal. Now, I'm going to identify the transversal for you. Here we know that these two lines are parallel because of these arrows, okay? If there are no symbols to denote that lines are parallel, you cannot assume that lines are parallel. So here we have two parallel lines. This is line AB and this is line CD. This is my transversal, AC. Remember, to name a line, we need any 2 points on that line in order to name that line. So, if I wanted to denote that two lines are parallel, you may have to do this later on, so I'm going to show you how to do it. We can say line AB is parallel to line CD. And these two lines are cut by this transversal. Now, our focus today is naming special angle pairs. Therefore, you need to know the difference between interior and exterior space. If you have two lines that are parallel or non-parallel, the space in between those lines is considered your interior space. The space outside of those lines is the exterior space. Okay? This is going to be important in order to name the angles. So here I give you a figure. Now the question is, are these lines parallel? No, of course not, right? There is no symbol, no arrow to denote that these lines are parallel. So these are two non-parallel lines. This is my transversal. I'm going to highlight this in red. So this is the transversal. It intersects both lines. This is my interior space. Notice the angles that are in blue. And then my exterior space are the angles that are in brown. Alright, so guys, right now we're going to use this diagram to talk about alternate interior and alternate exterior angles. We're going to discuss corresponding and consecutive interior angles on the next slide. Okay, so I'm going to use my space to help me. If I'm talking about alternate interior angles, the clue is they're interior angles. So my choices are 3, 4, 5, and 6. Special angle pairs come two at a time, hence the word pairs. So, there are two pairs of alternate interior angles, 3 and 6, and 4 and 5. Notice 3 and 6 alternate along the transversal and their interior angles. Likewise, 4 and 5 alternate along the transversal and their interior angles as well. So, I have one pair that's 3 and 6. And then we have angle 4 and angle 5. Now we use that same thinking to help us with alternate exterior angles. These are exterior angles that alternate along the transversal. So I'm looking at 1, 2, 7, and 8. Okay? Notice 1 and 8 are exterior. They alternate along the transversal. And then angles 2 and 7 are exterior. They alternate along the transversal, meaning one is on the right side, one is on the left side. So my special angle pairs for alternate exterior angles are angle 1 and angle 8. My other pair is angle 7 and angle 2. Okay? So let's talk about consecutive angles, consecutive interior angles, and corresponding angles. Now, corresponding angles are angles that occupy the same position on two different lines. These are color-coded for you so you can see them pretty easily. So notice 1 and 5 are corresponding because they're left of the transversal. And let's kind of highlight this transversal a little bit. And they're above the line they sit on. Likewise, set 3 and 7 are corresponding. They're in the same position, left of the transversal, below the line they're attached to. 2 and 6 are corresponding, and then finally 4 and 8. So my corresponding angles angle 3, and angle 7, angle 2, and angle 6, and then finally angle 4 and angle 8. Okay? Now, the last thing we want to talk about is consecutive angles. Consecutive interior angle to be specifically. So these are consecutive interior angles. Okay, now consecutive interior angles are interior angles on the same side of the transversal. They're also called same side interior angles. So let's look at our interior angles. The angles that are interior are going to be 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well, I just want to pick the two that are on the same side of the transversal. 3 and 5 are both left of the transversal. 4 and 6 are both right of the transversal. Therefore, my consecutive angles are going to be angle 3 and angle 5, and the other is an angle 4 and angle 6. Alright, so you guys, I hope that helps you to identify your special angle pairs. Remember, fill out your form. You can watch this video again. In class, we'll talk about what you just watched. See you later.